was cleaning out the storage, deleting all the junk, trying to stay afloat while my heavy spirit sunk. I hit the letter A and I saw your name appear. The two-word ghost that I've carried for a year. I clicked the little pencil, ready to erase the digital remains of your beautiful face. But then I saw the box where the details used to be, and realized there's nothing left for me to see. No digits in the road, no edges for the mail, just a white hollow circle so thin and so frail. I already stripped away the how and the where, leaving only a title and a handful of air. Now you're just an empty contact in a cold glass screen, the strangest silhouette that I've ever seen. A name with no voice, a link with no line, a skeleton of a love that used to be mine. I can't hit call and I can't hit send. It's the loneliest way for a story to end. Just a placeholder safe for a ghost on the run, an empty contact where there used to be the one. I remember when the name made a ringtone in my vest, a good morning text that was better than the rest. Now it's just 5 letters and a whole lot of space, a monument built in a graveyard place. If I delete the name, does the memory go too? Does it officially mean that I'm finished with you? Or am I just afraid that if I let the name fall, I'll have absolutely nothing left of you at all? My fingers on the red delete at the bottom of the page, trying to let the bird fly out of the cage. But my heart is a holder of the things that it lost, and I'm counting the headers and I'm counting the to forget, so I'll keep the name, even if the number's not the same. Just an empty contact. Silence. I should have checked the expiration date before I let my feelings carry all this weight. I moved into the spaces that you opened up, drinking every drop from a leaking cup. You let me hold the key, let me walk the floor, but you kept one foot hanging out the door. I decorated rooms with a future in mind, not knowing I was living on stolen time. I treated you like a forever home, built a foundation in the garden we'd own, but the deed wasn't mine and the rent was too high. Now I'm standing outside under a changing sky. I was loving you on a borrowed heart, a temporary masterpiece, a work of art that you took back the second the interest grew, leaving me bankrupt and searching for you. It wasn't a gift, it was only a loan, a little bit of warmth that I couldn't own. Now I'm paying the debt of a life torn apart from trying to live on a borrowed heart. just enough to give me a moment of peace. And the notice arrived in the way that you looked, and I realized that forever was already booked. I'm packing up the memories, the shirts and the shoes, grieving for a thing I had no right to lose. How do I return a feeling this deep when it's a promise you decided you couldn't keep? Did you have the exit plan from the very start? Was I just a placeholder, playing a part? Did you lend me your soul just to see how it felt before you let all the glacier ice melt? Searching for you, it wasn't a gift, it was only a loan. A little bit of warmth that I couldn't own. Now I'm paying the debt of a life torn apart from trying to live on a borrowed heart. The balance is zero, the account is closed. Everything I gave you is now exposed. I'm giving it back, the red and the black. I'm done with the borrowing, just left with the sorrowing. You're leaning in the doorway with a look in your eye, the one that tells me you're about to bake a fresh new life. I'm checking the clock, it's 2:15, and I'm tired of the fiction I get from you. You say the traffic was heavy, or your phone lost its light, but we both know the truth didn't come home tonight. You're handing out reasons like spare change in the street, while our whole foundation is crumbling at our feet. I used to buy into the stories you'd sell, I'd follow the pennies right down to the well, but the currency's changed and the value is low, and I've got no more room for the shadow box show. I'm drowning in your cheap excuses, your bargain bin lines. I'm tired of reading between all the signs. It's a maybe tomorrow, and I didn't mean the thinnest of veils hung in front of the scene. You're saving your pride while you're wasting my years, trading my trust for a handful of tears. I'm closing the shop, I'm cutting the fuses. I'm done living life on your cheap excuses. I forgot to call, I was stuck at the office late. I didn't think you'd mind if I made you wait there. Recycle words that you used 10 times before, worn out and hollow, just like the lock on the door. If you didn't love me, you could've just said it instead of the slow motion haunting. Instead, you're choosing the easy way, the path of least pain, while I'm out here freezing in your hurricane. Give me a tragedy, give me a blow, give me a reason to actually know. But don't give me sorry wrapped in a bud, like a dull rusty blade trying to make a clean cut. Yeah, I'm drowning in your cheap excuses, your bargain bin lines. I'm tired of reading between all the signs. It's a maybe tomorrow, and I didn't mean cheap excuses. Keep your change, it all feels the same. They all do better, and they aren't to blame, but you never do. And I'm through with you. No more excuses, just the silence. I've burned the letters and I've changed the sheets. I memorized the map, a different street. I told my mother that I'm doing fine, that I finally stepped across the us line. I filled my calendar with empty noise, with new distractions and with hollow joys. But then I see a stranger in a denim jacket, and my composure starts to break and crack it. They say that feelings are just chemicals in light, that they fade away like stars into the night. But mine are made of iron, mine are made of lead. They're a living, breathing thing inside my head. Oh, I can delete the photos, I can block the calls, I can paint over the shadows on these bedroom walls. I can tell the whole world that I'm finally free, but I can't stop the way that you're a part of me. It's an involuntary rhythm, it's a stubborn blue, a permanent stain that I can't wash through. I've tried to replace you, I've tried to be true to a life without us, but I can't unlove you. I went to dinner with a perfect match, but I felt like a door with a broken latch. She told a joke and I began to compare the way his laughter didn't hang in the air. It's a haunting, it's a habit, it's a sacred curse to know that moving on only makes it feel worse. I'm a masterpiece you painted and then left behind, still drying in the gallery of my mind. Is there a switch? Is there a wire to cut to keep the windows of my memory shut? Because I'm tired of the ghost and I'm tired of the ache of a heart that refuses to officially break. Yeah, I can delete the photos, I can block the calls, I can paint over the shadows on these bedroom walls. I can tell the whole world that I'm finally free, but I can't stop the way that you're a part of me. It's an involuntary rhythm, it's a stubborn blue, a permanent stain that I can't wash through. I've tried to replace you, I've tried to be true to a life without us, but I can't unlove you. I tried, God, I tried to keep the me on the inside, but you're the ink and I'm the page, still trapped in the beautiful age of loving you. I can't unlove you. I kept it all quiet, I kept it all still like a secret. I guarded with a mountain of will. I didn't want to heavy the air in the room, or be the one bringing the shadow and gloom. so I'd watch you from across the kitchen light, checking the locks and the windows at night. I was the safety net you never saw, the silent defender of every small flaw. You saw the surface, the how are you doing, but you didn't see the kingdom. I was busy accruing a million small pieces of a life meant for two that I built in the dark just to offer to you. Happy birthday, it was a fire that burned every distraction away. I was a soldier, a dreamer, a saint, painting a picture that I couldn't quite paint. And I'm standing here now, a ghost in the blue, realizing I loved you more than you knew. At dawn, and the way that you looked when your spirit was gone. I'd carry your burdens when you weren't looking, while I was laughing and while I was cooking. You thought it was easy, you thought it was like a bird on a wire, just taking a flight. But I was the wire and I was the ground, holding you up without making a sound. Do you look back and think it was simple and small? Do you think that I didn't give much at all? Because the truth is a landslide, a mountain, a sea. There was everything, everything, everything in me. Just good night or a happy birthday. It was a fire that burned a distraction away. I was a soldier, a dreamer, a saint, painting a picture that I couldn't quite paint. And I'm standing here now, a ghost in the blue, realizing I loved you more than you knew. More than the words, more than the years, more than the ocean of unspoken tears. You walked away, but I'm still here today, still loving you more than you ever knew. I was walking through the market near the corner of the park, where the winter sun is setting and the world is getting dark. I saw a stranger's shadow, or the way she turned her head, and for a split second I forgot the things we said. I reached out from my pocket just to tell you what I saw, before the cold reality began its heavy draw. The city's getting louder and the faces blur to gray, but there's a specific kind of light that went away. to live with silence. I've learned to eat alone. I've made a quiet peace with this house of wood and stone. But there's a ghost that's haunting every hallway, every door. A little bit of magic that I don't have anymore. And oh, it's the morning, and oh, it's the night, but it's the middle of the memories where I lose the fight. I can handle the anger and the why did we go wrong. I can handle the lyrics of a broken-hearted song, but it's the way your eyes would crinkle like a secret only we knew. The flash of gold and kindness that always pulled me through. I've moved on from the us, and I've survived the goodbye, but I still miss your smile, and I don't even know why. I found an old photo at the bottom of a drawer. You were laughing at a joke that I don't remember anymore. It's a jagged little pill, it's a beautiful regret to see the version of you that I haven't finished yet. The world feels a little colder, a little more severe, since the warmth of your expression decided to disappear. I'm a collector of shadows, a student of the rain, trying to find a frequency to drown out all this pain. Is it shining for someone who doesn't know the cost, who doesn't know the treasure that I officially lost? Do you give it away to the strangers on the street, while I'm sitting in the quiet of a permanent defeat? Yeah, it's the morning, and oh, it's the night, but it's the middle of the memories where I lose the fight. I can handle the anger and the why did we go wrong. I can handle the lyrics of a broken-hearted song, but it's the way your eyes would crinkle like a secret only we knew. The flash of gold and kindness that always pulled me through. I've moved on from the us, and I've survived the goodbye, but I still miss your smile, and I don't even know why. Just that one look, the one that changed it all, the one that caught me before the big fall. I'm okay, I'm fine, but the world is a little less bright without your smile in my sight. The street lights flicker in a rhythmic hum, counting the minutes until I'm numb. The neighbor's windows have all gone black, but I'm still bracing for a heart attack. I track the driveway through the kitchen glass, watching the ghosts of the hours pass. I know the logic, I know the math, that you're miles away on a different path, but the sun is a liar, it keeps me occupied with the noise and the people and the places I hide. It's only when the world stops spinning its gears that I'm left with the weight of these 1,000 years. And I still wait at midnight for the sound of your car, even though I know exactly where you are. It's the hour of the honest, the time of the true, when I can't pretend that I'm over you. The clock hits 12 like a hammer on a bell, ringing through the halls of this empty shell. I'm a prisoner of hope in a city of fate, and I still wait at midnight, far too late. I leave your favorite book on the nightstand side, a little bit of bait for a receding tide. I listen for the floorboard that used to quake when you tiptoe in and kiss my cheek. The silence is a predator, it's cold and it's vast, trying to swallow the pieces of our past. But I'm a lighthouse keeper with a broken boat, shakes in a feeling I can't quite engulf. Is it 12:01? Where you sleeping now? Did you forget the when and the where and the how? Are you dreaming of someone who doesn't know the dark? While I'm sitting here waiting for a dying spark. Yeah, I still wait at midnight for the sound of your car, even though I know exactly where you are. It's the hour of the honest, but time are not true, when I can't pretend that I'm over you. The clock hits 12 like a hammer on a bell, ringing through the halls of this empty shell. I'm a prisoner of hope in a city of pain, and I still wait at midnight, far too late. 12:15, 12:45, just trying to keep the memory alive. The moon is moving, the shadows are tall, and there's nobody coming, nobody at all. I'll joy again tomorrow. It's I haven't changed the code on the keypad by the gate. I still buy the brand of coffee that you always hate, just in case the world gets cold and you need a place to rest. I'm keeping every memory tucked inside my chest. The spare key is still hidden in the hollow plastic stone, and I finally learned to tolerate being alone. But there's a specific kind of quiet that only you can feel, and I'm standing in the doorway perfectly still. I'm not holding my breath, I'm not living in a cage, but I haven't quite found how to turn the final page. I'm a harbor in the distance, a flicker in the dark, waiting for the moment that you find a little spark. If you ever come back, I won't ask you where you've been. I'll just open up the heart that you once lived within. I won't bring day if you ever come back. The city's changed the skyline since the night you drove away. The neon lights are brighter and the parks have turned to gray. I wonder if you'd recognize the street where we first met, or if I'm just a silhouette you're trying to forget. I see your face in strangers, in the blur of passing cars. I look for your reflection, the cold and distant stars, but I don't go out searching. I'm trying to track you down. I'm just a steady heartbeat in a hollow-hearted town. Maybe you're happy, maybe you're free, maybe you haven't spent a second thinking of me. But if the road gets weary and the maps all start to lie, you still got a home underneath my piece of sky. For the day if you ever come back. The lights on, the doors unlocked. I'm not keeping time on the kitchen clock. I'm just here whenever you're near, if you ever come back. The curtains are drawn, but the sunlight still leaks through the cracks in the armor and the tears on my cheeks. I've been holding my breath since you walked out that door, like if I don't exhale you'll be here like before. But the carbon is building, the pressure is high, in the house full of hell, in the kitchen of white. I forgot how to do this, the basic design of a life that's just one instead of a line. My chest is a cage that's been locked for a year, full of the static and full of the fear. I'm gasping for oxygen, grasping for air, reaching for something that's no longer there. And I'm learning to breathe alone in a body that feels like a house of stone. It's a shallow inhale, it's a shaky release, a war in my lungs that's looking for peace. One count for the memory, two for the pain, three for the way that I'm caught in the rain. It's the hardest lesson I've ever been shown, just learning to breathe alone. I used to inhale the scent of your neck. Now I'm just sifting through a beautiful wreck. The air in this bedroom is heavy and still, like it's waiting for us, but it never will. I try to expand, try to fill up the space, but I'm suffocating without your face. I'm a diver who stayed underwater too long, trying to find the rhythm of a brand new song. Does the air feel thinner where you are? left unsaid while I'm fighting the ghost in the back of my head. The dust has finally settled on the hardwood floor, but I still find your hairpins by the bedroom door. The neighbors stopped asking, the flowers all died, and I've run out of places for my secrets to hide. I'm walking through the wreckage of a 3-year plan, trying to remember how the fire began. But the smoke is all clear and the sky is just blue, and I'm standing in the ruins of a life built for two. They say time is a healer, a friend in the end, but time is just a mountain that I can't quite ascend. Every morning is a battle, every evening is a ghost in the house where I'm the one who stayed the most. And I'm living in the aftermath of a love that took a different path. There's no sirens wailing, there's no glass on the street, just the quiet destruction of a heart in defeat. I'm picking up the pieces of the you and the me from the map of a world that stopped existing. You see, it's the long, lonely walk on a broken down track, living in the aftermath of not getting you back. I went to the grocery and bought food for one, but I still cook for two till the dinner is done. Then I stare at your chair like I'm waiting for grace, for a miracle blur of your beautiful face. The silence is heavy, it's a physical weight, like 1,000 I'm sorries that arrive far too late. I'm a survivor of a war that nobody won, just a shadow that's freezing in the heat of the sun. Do you see the smoke from wherever you are? Did you manage to drive that old beat up car far enough away that the sky doesn't bleed? Or are you still playing it like a broken down sea? Yeah, I'm living in the aftermath of a love that took a different path. There's no sirens wailing, there's no glass on the street, just the quiet destruction of a heart in defeat. I'm picking up the There's no sirens wailing, there's no glass on the street, just the quiet destruction of a heart in defeat. I'm picking up the pieces of the you and the me from a map of a world that stopped existing. You see, it's the long, lonely walk on a broken down track, living in the aftermath of not getting you back. Crashing sound, no shadow windows, walls falling down. It was a thin white line on a Monday night, a shift in your tone that didn't feel right. Just a careless word, a sharp-edged glance, the kind of thing you'd give a second chance. But it's the smallest things that do the most harm, the quietest alarm on a cold winter farm. I didn't even feel it when the skin first broke. I didn't see the fire, I just smelled the smoke. Now I'm looking at the damage, so tiny and clean, the deadliest wound that I've ever seen. Oh, it's a love like a paper cut, stinging and deep, the kind of secret that a heart shouldn't keep. It doesn't look like much, there's hardly a scar, but it hurts every time that I reach for a star. It's the sting in the water, the burn in the air, reminding me always that you're no longer there. A million small slices that bled me to death, taking my spirit and stealing my breath with the love like a paper cut. I try to cover it up with a bandage of pride, to keep all the I misuse tucked inside. But every time I move, the opening stings, a constant reminder of the end of things. You didn't use a knife, you didn't use a stone, you just used the silence that left me alone. Now I'm sensitive to everything I touch, 'cause loving you just cost me too much. They say it's just a scratch, say you'll be fine, but they aren't the ones with the salt in the line. They don't feel the throb, they don't feel the heat of a heart that's been trimmed into a quiet defeat. Oh, it's a love like a paper cut, stinging and deep, the kind of secret that a heart shouldn't keep. It doesn't look like much, there's hardly a scar, but it hurts every time that I reach for a star. It's the sting in the water, the burn in the air, reminding me always that you're no longer there. A thousand small moments that tore us apart, leaving the echoes inside of my heart with the love like a paper cut. It's just a little line, but it stays on my mind. It stays on my mind, watching it fade. Love like a paper cut. I threw out the pictures, I deleted the threads, I cleaned out the ghosts from the back of my head. I had 31 days of not checking your page, of keeping my heart in a nice quiet cage. I was doing so well, I was finally clean. Now looking for you in every street scene. But the rain started falling and the radio played that one stupid song that we never should have made. The cravings hit hard in the middle of June, like a shadow eclipsed by a cold silver moon. I told myself no, but my hands had a mind for the beautiful poison I'm leaving behind. Now I'm having a relapse on your memory tonight, shaking in the glow of the kitchen light. I'm back in the wreckage, I'm back in the blue, getting high on the thought of a me and a you. It's a dangerous cycle, a slip in the dark. One little ember and I'm back to the spark. I was sober for months, but I'm falling for the lie, having a relapse on your memory, and I don't know why. I'm scrolling through videos I swore that I'd burn, ignoring the lessons I thought I had learned. Your laugh is a needle, your eyes are a drug, and I'm wrapped in the ghost of a velvet soft hug. When I miss you, text that I'll never quite send is the beginning of another dead end. I'm a junkie for us, and the withdrawal is deep, and I'm losing the promises I meant to keep. Is it a habit or is it a curse to know that the medicine only makes it feel worse? I'm flushing the progress, I'm breaking the streak, because the heart is a mountain and I'm just too weak. Day zero, starting over again. Back to the if and the where and the when. I'll be better tomorrow, but tonight I'm just hollow, still addicted to you, still addicted to the blue. The streetlights are humming through the bedroom blinds, cutting blue patterns on a heart that's resigned. I've been staring at the ceiling for 4 hours straight, tracing the cracks in the hand of fate. The world is a graveyard, not a whisper, not a car, just the cold distant glow of a dying star. And I thought I was healing, I thought I was fine, until the clock hit that jagged, invisible line. The house starts to breathe when the city goes still, and the memory of us climbs over the sill. I can't hide behind the noise of the day. Now there's nowhere to run from the words I can't say. It's a 3-8 realization that you're not coming back. There's no negotiation. It's the cold truth hidden like a bucket of ice that I paid for off forever at a terrible price. The logic of the morning has withered and died, leaving nothing but the ghost of the tears that I've cried. In the hollow of the dark, in the dead of the night, I find see you're not coming back into the light. The pillows are cold and the covers are white, and there's nobody sleeping on the other side. I reach for your hand in a half-dreaming state, but I only found shadows and the hour is late. My phone is a weapon, I'm tempted to call, but I know that the silence is the hardest of all. I'm a king of a kingdom of dust and regret, trying to remember what I'm supposed to forget. At noon I can smile and I'll tell them I'm okay. At 7 I'll drink just to wash it away, but at 3 there's no filter, there's no place to hide. The truth is a landslide occurring inside. Yeah, it's the 3 a.m. realization that you're not coming back. There's no negotiation, it's the cold truth hidden like a bucket of ice that I paid for our forever at a terrible price. The logic of the morning has withered and died, leaving nothing but the ghost of the tears that I've cried. In the hollow of the dark, in the dead of the night, I finally see you're not coming back into the light. Yeah, it's the 3 a.m. realization that you're not coming back. There's no negotiation, it's the cold truth hidden like a bucket of ice that I paid for our forever at a terrible price. Yeah, it's the 3 a.m. realization that you're not coming back. There's no negotiation, it's the cold truth hidden like a bucket of ice. I found an old video buried in my phone from a night in December when we weren't alone. The screen is all blurry, the lighting is bad, but it's the happiest ghost that I've ever had. The joke isn't funny, I don't even know what started the fire or what made it grow. But then there it is, like a bell in the dark, sound of a soul leaving smart. I've tried to delete it a dozen times over, but I'm addicted to staying hungover on the melody of you, the rise and the fall that still hits the corners and bounces off walls. Is the echo of your laugh in a silent room, a beautiful flower that forgot how to bloom. It's the high pitch forever that's starting to fade, the soundtrack of every mistake that we made. I close my eyes and I'm back in the light before the goodbye turned into the night. But I wake up alone to a world in the half, chasing the echo of your laugh. I went to the diner, the one on the hill. The booth in the corner was empty and still, but I swear for a second through the steam of the cup I heard that soft giggle as you were looking up. The waitress asked me if I'm doing okay. I just shook my head and I walked away, because how do I tell her I'm haunted by air, by a beautiful sound that's no longer there? Is it ringing for someone new? Does he get to hear the music of you, or did you pack it away in a box on a shelf, leaving me here to just talk to myself? of the echo. It was a Tuesday night, just a regular day. You were grabbing your keys, headed out on your way. You said it so soft, like a habit of breath, not knowing that sentence was bleeding to death. It hung in the air like a cloud or a ghost, the words that I realized I needed the most. But I didn't look up, I just nodded my head while the most important thing was being said. If I knew the gravity, I would've held on, I would've memorized it before it was gone. Now I'm replaying the tape, trying to hear the tone of the very last seeds that we ever had sown. Oh, the last I love you ever gave me is a shipwrecked heart at the bottom of the sea. It wasn't a movie, there was no rain in the street, just a casual phrase that's now bittersweet. I'm starving for a whisper, I'm dying for the sound of those 8 little letters that I never quite found. Again and again and again and again, it's the echo that kills me, the where and the when of the last I love you. Go to the places where we used to talk, tracing the cracks in the old sidewalk. I'm looking for scraps, for a leftover spark, anything to keep me from the cold and the dark. But your voice is a memory that's starting to thin, and I'm terrified of letting the silence back in. Cause once it's gone, then it's really the end, and I'm losing my love of my life and my friend. Was it hollow, was it heavy, was it meant to be the last? Or was it just a bridge that we burned in the past? I keep digging through the wreckage, hoping I'll find one more I love you that you left Did you hear, or did it just vanish in the atmosphere? Now I'm whispering to the walls, to the ceiling, to the blue. I love you, but there's no I love you too. No, there's no I love you too. The screen is cracked, but the light still burns. It'll grow in the dark while the world still turns. I've been scrolling till my thumbs go numb, to the hay in the high where we started from. But I'm stuck at the bottom, at the end of the line, where the clock stopped ticking and you weren't mine. Just a few little words on a cold glass pane. Now I'm reading them over and over again. My thumb is hovering over the key, wanting to ask if you're thinking of me, but the cursor just blinks like a steady heartbeat in the conversation that's not incomplete. And now I'm paralyzed by the last message you sent, searching for meaning. Is that word what you meant? since forgot. It's the final good night that turned into goodbye. The last bit of truth in a beautiful lie. I can't hit delete and I can't move ahead. I'm living my life in the words that you said. The timestamp says it was 3 weeks ago. Before the fire turned into the snow, he said, I'll be home soon, and I'm almost there. Now I'm breathing in the thin but empty air. I reply in my head with the things I should say, but I know that the signal would just fade away. So I keep it unread so I don't have to see that you've walked away from the you and the me. Does it sit in your pocket? Does it ring in your hand? Do you even remember the way that we planned? Or am I just a thread that you finally cut? A door in your history you've officially shut. Searching for meanings that were what you meant. It's just 3 little words in the blue covered dot. The ghost of a promise that you since forgot. It's the final good night that turned into goodbye. The last bit of truth in a beautiful lie. I can't hit delete and I can't move ahead. I'm living my life in the words that you said. I was cleaning out the closet, reaching for the back, behind the winter coats on a dusty wooden rack. And there it was, folded, a shade of forest green, the one you always wore when the air was crisp and clean. I didn't mean to touch it, I didn't mean to look, but I pulled it from the hanger like a page from an old book. And before I could stop it, before I could run, the damage of a memory had already begun. It's been 6 months of hiding, 6 months of flying, 6 months of drawing a permanent line. But the cotton is honest, the wool doesn't lie. It caught a piece of you before you said goodbye. It's the scent of your sweater, it's a punch to the chest, a ghost in the fabric that won't let me rest. It's vanilla and cedar and the rain on the street, a bittersweet poison that's painfully sweet. I'm breathing you in while I'm falling apart, holding a sleeve to a hole in my heart. It's the closest I'll get to your skin and your hair, in the threads of a ghost that's no longer there. I should put it in a box, I should throw it in the wash to scrub away the feelings that I'm trying to squash. But if I lose the fragrance, then I lose the only trace of the way you used to feel when I lived in your embrace. So I'm sitting on the floor with the lights turned low, wrapped in a garment that I can't let go. It still smells like Sunday, it still smells like us. Before the gold turned into the rust, is it fading? Am I losing the nose like the way that we lost all our hopes and our votes? I'm terrified of the day that it's just plain old thread, and the last breath of you is officially dead. enough to break me. Yeah, it's enough to take me back to the green and the gold and the us I couldn't hold. The coffee's getting cold in a cup that isn't mine. I'm staring at the dust where the morning used to shine. I thought that when you left, the air would feel like a bird finally taking its first lonely flight. But the gravity shifted, the floorboards are deep, and the secrets of us are a mountain to keep. I'm walking through rooms where the oxygen's thin, trying to find where the me should begin. They say gone is a word that carries no mass, but it's shattering me like a hammer on glass. I'm carrying a shadow that's heavier than lead, a ghost in the hallway, a ghost in the bed. And oh, it's the weight of your absence on me, a physical anchor at the bottom of the sea. It's the pressure in my chest when I hear your name, a fire that's heavy, a cold kind of flame. I'm stumbling under the not being here, the crushing reality of one more year, a lift in the silence and moving the blue. I'm breaking my back under the memory of you. The grocery bags feel like stones in my hands. I'm building a life out of shifting sands. Every how are you doing is a stone in my pocket, a picture of us in a rusted out locket. I try to rearrange all the chairs in the hall, but the space that you left is the heaviest of all. It's a hollow shaped bird in a solid state void, a beautiful kingdom that's been totally destroyed. Is it light where you are? Are you floating away? Did you shed all the skin of our yesterday? Or are you still tethered to the things that we said, dragging the chains of a love that is dead? Yeah, yeah, it's the weight of your absence on me, a physical anchor at the bottom of the sea. It's the pressure in my chest when I hear your name, a fire that's heavy, a cold kind of flame. I'm stumbling under the not being here, the crushing reality of one more year, a lift in the silence and moving the blue. I'm breaking my back under the memory of you. Hey, someone said too much to carry, the ghost of the person I thought I would marry. It's just too heavy, the way, the way. I pulled to the shoulder of the old 42. Habit took over, I was reaching for you. My thumb found the contact, the one with the star. The name on the screen is a jagged old scar. I know that you changed it, I know that you're gone, that you got a new life and a new house and lawn. But sometimes the silence is a weight I can't bear, so I dial the digits just to see if you're there. I wait for the ringing, that familiar old tone, but the air in the receiver feels cold as a stone. No hello, no hey, just a robotic sound. completely ejected. I'm a ghost in your signal, a glitch in the trend, chasing a heartbeat at a dead end. A light in the dark, when we talked for 6 hours till the dawn left a mark. Now I'm blocked or I'm deleted, or the SIM card is tossed. Just another connection that's permanently lost. I wonder who has it, that string of 10 signs. Who's waking up now to your morning designs? Do they know that those numbers used to belong to a girl who was right and a boy who was wrong? Maybe I'm crazy for hoping it'll ring, for waiting on a miracle or some kind of thing. But as long as it's saved in the memory of my phone, I can't pretend for a second I'm not really alone. A terminal fire. It's a mailbox is full, it's a line is disconnected. The finality of being completely rejected.